with your boy Ancient Albatross here again with a special Cypher Unlimited live for everybody. We have the Cypher Unlimited crew. We have AD or Alpha Dean. We have Spigs18 or Anthony, and some very special guests today. So Anthony, who do we have with us today, and what are we doing here?
Hey guys, welcome. I'm happy to we have two very special guests. But first, I'm gonna start off by saying that this adventure being run by the marvelous Alpha Dean is for IsolaCon, which was started by Andrew and Monica Marlowe from Marlowe House. It's a great event. There's been a ton of games, panels going on all day today, and following through to all day tomorrow, all night tomorrow, and all the proceeds from any donations that from your kind heart that you could open your wallet and give is going to the RPG Creators Relief Fund. It's an absolutely wonderful organization and it's a wonderful charity. So if you're in a charitable spirit and feel the need to want to donate some cash, please we'll have the link down below and please donate to them. It's such a great charity.
Dump 25 from your stimulus check in here.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that was Eric Frankhouse, so we'll lead straight into Eric. Eric, let our audience know who you are.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Frankhouse. Second event today. I got to do the new Spycraft this morning with TSR Games. I run Eric Frankhouse Presents. I do podcasting, streaming, and currently the GM and host for Shadow of the Arena.
He's also a kick-ass cartographer.
I do a lot of cartography. That's part of the Patreon. I apologize. I also do maps.
Oh boy!
And last but not least, we got our superstar, the bad boy of gaming himself, Grant Ellis.
Hey everyone! I'm a superstar. That means I'm rich and famous. No, I'm the producer for WebDM's Twitch channel and lead designer on 2C Gaming's product Grimworld. I'm an independent content creator for tabletop RPGs. And I'm so happy to be here with my friends from Cypher Unlimited and an opportunity to play with Eric Frankhouse. And we're gonna rock and roll, and we're gonna die in space. That's what I'm predicting. I'm sorry to go so dark and grim already. I started strong. We're gonna die, but it's for a good cause.
Cutting to the chase already. Oh boy!
I gotta be careful not to cross any lines because I'm like, we're going to die for your sins here on stream. But no, we're not gonna cross any lines.
No real
Is this
death.
Dogma?
We're not. No. This is not pay-per-view death.
Yeah, we're good.
So, guys, hey, thank you, everybody. Anthony, Al, as always, my brothers, Eric, and my buddy Grant. Thanks a lot for being here. So today we're going to delve into a little bit of space and horror and action, all rolled up into one nice, neat ball. So the year is 2320, and man has achieved the ability to cross the sea of stars at speeds beyond the speed of light. 50 years ago, a colony ship known as the Sonum Star left Earth with 100,000 sleepers. It was a 50-year journey to a new planet in the Andromeda galaxy. They were going to traverse over 2 million light years in just 50 years. What a paramount achievement. Fast forward to today, and 12 members of the advanced crew awaken only to hear friendly voices coming over their comms, telling them that their colony has been established for them, and all they have to do now is get their collective butts planetside for a celebration and explanations. That was a week ago. Upon taking the lander and making their way to planet, they find a massive facility built in the side of a mountain, but it's completely deserted. So many questions. Who built this? Who were you just talking to a few days ago? Where is everyone now? Please introduce your characters.
All right, so I guess I'll go first. So I'm Alaric. People just call me Al sometimes. I really mostly stay out of the way. I am let me read my character sentence. That would be good. I am a craven explorer who doesn't do much. So very cowardly. So you see that. So what time of day is happening right now? What's going on? Where are we on the ship or
It's midday and you've taken the lander down to planetside only to find an empty, massive facility
So we're all just approaching that facility now. We just found it.
Yep.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'm basically in the back of whatever transport we took to go to the facility. I'm wearing just the standard jumpsuit uniform. Probably, I'm assuming some kind of gray color. Very unassuming. Wearing some glasses. Kind of look on the scrawny side. If we have any issued weapons, I'm clutching it like tight. If not, I'll be clutching my tools. And yeah, that's me sitting in the back of the transport waiting to see what's happening at the place we're going to.
I guess I'll go next because my name is Manny Delgado, and I'll be sitting. What's your character's name again?
Me?
Yeah.
Alaric or Al Johnson.
Yeah, I will be sitting next to Al. I'm wearing the same gray issued jumpsuit that Al is wearing. The only difference is I have a dirty, grease-stained apron over it. And I'm sitting there with my head down, looking at a Bible that's well-worn. The pages, you can obviously tell that someone's been, reading this Bible every day because all the pages have like slight tears in them. And I have a rosary in the middle of Revelation, which is what I'm currently reading now. I'm sitting there and I look up every time the ship rocks. And then I go back to reading. My character sentence is a tongue-tied explorer who helps his friends.
And I'm playing Professor Arnold Aaron Adams, who would melt the heart of any schoolmarms on our space vessel, should they be there. I'm a tall, slender, Ichabod Crane-looking individual, and I have a gray jumpsuit like everyone else, but I have a dandy and well manicured ascot as well. That way they know I'm the professor. And as we were coming down for the landing, I had a small hand mirror and I was trying to fix every stray hair in my head because I'm very, very particular. I want to make my best impression in front of any life forms. And as the prayer is being muttered beside me, I'm practicing my diction and vocal exercise. I'm just like, my dame had a lame tame crane. My dame had a crane that was lame. Pray blessed Jane that my dame's lame tame came feed and come home again. And then like I'm missing all the notes and I'm like off and I'm like nervous and stuttering and like my eyes are kind of darting because that's just how I do.
Oh boy. Oh man.
Yeah.
Eric?
I am playing Fault Unit, or as many call me, T Unit. I'm a long range. Oh, let me read this exactly the way he has it. The Fortified Assault Unit, Long Range Titan, the Titan Self-Aware Combat Companions. I am the combat companion to the crew. You can call me T Unit.
Excellent.
I dig it.
So
How large is T Unit, Dean?
the T unit. Well, you go ahead and give the dimensions. I had an envision, but it's your character now.
I'm gonna say he's about the size of a hallway. He's basically used the block doors.
So
Like a little smaller. Just big enough to be in the hallway and block it.
Gotcha.
Especially since he's got like the shield warding and stuff like that.
just wide as hell.
Just a square,
Absolute unit.
Yeah.
All right. So the lander comes down, and it's supposed to come down. Now, originally, the plan was that you guys would get there, the lander would go down, scope out an area for the main ship to descend. And the main ship was designed to literally plant itself in the ground and become a habitat, for the starting up of everything. But as you can see in the image before you, there is this massive facility. Portion of it, a major portion of it, is built right into the side of the mountain. It has greenhouse facilities and everything. But as you hit the landing pad, it's step out into, first of all, a wonderful wonderful atmosphere. You haven't breathed, to breathe fresh air, after being cooped up, in recycled air for so long is absolutely amazing. But there's no one outside to greet you, and the place is eerily silent. There's no chatter over the comms or anything like that. And as you guys disembark from the lander, you're just like there, and it's like, what's going on? What? And then Manny, I'm sorry, Al, your unit, your maintenance unit beeps. Doot, 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 doot.
What's a maintenance unit? Just a console or like?
No, it's a bracer you wear, and it actually gives you a holographic display.
Okay.
And it scans things and stuff like that. But it beeps 3 times, and then it goes, download complete.
Would I have known about? I'm guessing I would have known about all this. Either way, so a download complete. I do whatever it does to, like, does it display a hologram of the location, or like
when you tap it, basically that's what it did. It downloaded all pertinent information that was available on the network, and it shows you a full map, holographic 3-dimensional map of the place.
Does it like show any life signs or anything, or is it just like a blueprint?
Just a blueprint, but there is something you do notice. There is a massive power supply built into that portion that's in the mountain. You can't identify what that power supply is.
All right, so I had my thing all open because I'm assuming you said we disembarked from the vessel, right? From our craft. So
Yep.
Firstly, I kept my helmet on, even though you said the environment is definitely like breathable or whatever. My guy's definitely keeping his helmet on. But either way, I definitely I projected once it all beeped. I said, guys, come look, and that's when I boop 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 open up the hologram of the facility. And after inspecting it and seeing that, like, that power source, I say, guys, do any of you know what this could be? Like, I'm assuming there's like readings of what the kind of like power it's outputting or something, or either way, I pointed out that it's abnormal. Like, guys, what could this be? I've never seen anything like this.
Dean, who's the senior officer amongst us?
Right now, the military guys are still on the ship itself, but that would be the senior on the ship is
That would be
Lieutenant.
Arnold. I mean, out of the 4 people that are landing, who would be?
Alaric would probably take the lead. He's the smart ass. I mean, not Alaric. I mean Arnold.
I was like, there's no way he would have taken
Manny,
the
I'm a professor, not a leader. No, I would insist on leading. I'd be like, all right, I've trained my entire life for this.
I was gonna say Manny has a big strap, like metallic case that's strapped over his shoulder with all the supplies for everyone.
Okay.
And the same rosary bead that was now on his Bible, which has been put away since they stepped out, is now over his uniform, over the apron. Mm-hmm. And he goes to Arnold. Where'd you want us to start setting up?
And just about that time, walking out the lander is Lieutenant Jinx, and she goes, "Hold on. Why are you asking him? He's just a number cruncher."
I'm sorry. I just cook. The man has an ascot, for Christ's sakes. He knows what he's doing.
And I want to know why he needs to ask anyways. He's trained his whole life for this moment, Lieutenant. It was his chance to take initiative, show that he took to his first lessons, and he blew it. You blew it, Chef. I'm going to get my food spat in tonight.
Thank God I don't eat.
And she goes, hold on a moment. She taps her comm, and she starts talking to the captain, who's still up on the colony ship, and she gives him a brief report that nobody's there to greet him, don't know what's going on, and thinks that we might need to get the rest of the people who are awake down there. So The captain said he'll be down in about an hour with the other soldiers.
I don't be mean to be a little rude there, Lieutenant. If I'm overstepping my bounds, please let me know. But this thing is freaking heavy. Look at the size of this thing.
Just give it to me. I'll carry it.
For real? Did you do that for me?
Just to not hear you talk.
Great training, bro.
Let me just get something out of there. 'Cause I got something special in there. And I pull out a big ladle and I stick it into my side, and then I give him the whole cake.
Is this all food in here?
Yeah, it's all the rations, the lights, the flashlights, any emergency.
Probably
There's that flash of like I think about throwing it, but I don't. Strap it onto my side. Fine.
I
You
call.
needed to ask.
I say timidly, Lieutenant. Now that she's like, you said what was it? Lieutenant Jinx, right? I said Lieutenant Jinx. I try to call her over to look at the hologram blueprint that's being projected from my wristwatch thing. I just tell her like, what do you think that is? I've never seen anything like it in any of my findings or reports or anything.
Al,
And it's still projecting.
as usual, why are you asking me questions about? You're the grease monkey. You're here to make sure things work. Make sure things work, okay? You want to know what the glowing dingy thing is? Talk to the pencil pusher. You know, the guy who was worried about his hair.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just sensitive about it.
I lean over to Al and I'll be like, "Don't do it, dude. It's a trap." I tried to talk to him and I got yelled at.
I'll say, Roger, ma'am, and I just like timidly just turn away from her, and I don't start talking to Arnold or anything. I just start just examining
Arnold.
the thing while I like pout to myself.
Give me a perception roll or intellect roll, whichever is, you know, if you have it.
Yeah.
Or anything that would apply.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna do an intellect, and I'm gonna spend some effort on this because I have a massive pool. So I'm gonna spend 2 points from that pool. I rolled a 13.
All right, excellent. So oh my God, you look over his shoulder as he's turning, and you basically see the power output of this thing. It is unimaginable. The power output that you're reading is probably equivalent to all the power that's been generated on the Earth in the last 100 years. And this is the regular output. And it's stable.
I'm just there sighing over the data.
I'm gonna say, this is quite interesting. Alaric, do you realize what these numbers mean?
I don't. That's why I keep asking.
Sorry, I love it. That feels like me in school. No, I don't teach. That's why you're here to teach us. If I knew the answer, I would not be here in class. The energy on this planet coming from that source is far greater than anything that has ever been produced on the planet Earth, which was a hell of a civilization during its run. Nothing compared to this. And look at it. It's completely stable.
And self-contained.
Self-contained. A colony here would thrive.
I
do that kissing thing because I'm weak.
I look at you kind of, I do look at you kind of weird when you do the, like, it does look kind of good. I just see the levels were high, but it's hard for me to tell just how high. I haven't been doing this for too long. But, I say, like, so how deep inside the structure is that, the power source? Like, from
the power source is about 5 miles away because it's built into the side of the mountain.
Okay.
But it's powering the entire facility. This facility is rather massive too, because the facility is probably on the lines of something like 3 or 4 million square feet, but it's also 4 levels. You see that it's goes 4 levels underground. There's 1 level above ground and 4 beneath.
Do we want to take this energy source with us?
I mean, well,
I don't know if we could take it.
How big is it?
Mass.
Super massive.
Well, there's one thing we have to consider, fellas. I say as I I shut down the hologram finally. I'm done looking at it. Boop, it shuts down. It's like I use both my hands. I say, but guys, there's nobody here.
Hey, we're weak.
Unless they are artificial.
I don't know.
They might not be powered by flesh and blood.
Does Fault have the ability to sense stuff long range, since it's literally in the description of his name? It says, and I quote,
is one of your
ultra long range.
Is one of your abilities scan?
No, it's not. That's why I was asking.
That long range stood for something else.
Yeah.
That long range was his
missiles.
ability basically to move and attack. So.
Nope. Let's go find it.
All right, so I say, guys. Well, before we rush in there, I don't know if anybody, even if fault unit or T unit even remotely took a slight inch towards the door, like we should explore. I'm like, no, I jump in front, like, no, we can't just run in there, guys. I'm
not running.
My hair is all messed up now. I'm in a frenzy almost now.
When you jump in front of him, Al, the bay doors slide up. It's like you right in the right perfect line of proximity. The doors go shh,
and I get scared, like jump back, like also basically jump behind T unit at this point. Like you go, all right, doors are open. We should still assess the situation.
We're gonna assess from the inside. Right. You can't find anything out here. You've already tried.
Okay. I guess I'll lead the way.
I'll lead. Boom! Turn on the high beams and start moving in.
All right. So, Alaric, Arnold, and Manny, along with Lieutenant Jinx and Private Trip, are there. The 6 of you are down there. You were the first group to come down in the lander. Everybody else will be coming down in the next lander.
I'm gonna try to walk back so I could talk to the lieutenant.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, Lieutenant, I'm sorry, I don't want to bother you again, but I'm just a little confused. Why is the private and the cook? Why are we even here?
Well, let's see. We're gonna have almost 100,000 people coming down, and they're gonna need to eat. So when we land the ship, we want to have the kitchen up and running. And as far as the private being here, you've got me as a lieutenant. We got the private as a grunt. So in case there is something hostile that needs to be kicked, then guess what? We can either throw him out there as fodder, or maybe he knows how to use his gun.
Once again, I don't want to offend, because I tend to offend people a lot. I don't know what it is. But I'm sort of feeling like me and the private should have red shirts on for some reason, because we seem like there's absolutely no reason for us to be here.
Just stand in the back.
You see, she looks at, she goes, you see that thing right there that's carrying your pack?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe that. Can I show it to you? It's like a burn.
No, I don't want to. That's a T unit.
That's not a shoulder. This is a shoulder.
All right. That T unit right there is built to make sure you stay safe.
Yeah, I know. Right? I'm usually just making meatballs and beef stew and stuff.
Okay, listen.
This is
Stop talking. Stop talking.
All right. Once again, no offense, but this was a really dumb idea.
As soon as she mentions that T unit was built for our safety, you can see that Alaric is very close to him now. Or
It's like the battle rifle comes out of the forearm.
and I'm just right next to you, just like almost in your shadow. Just
You're going to get hit standing there. Step back 2 feet.
I step back 1 inch.
2 feet.
And if you push me, I just like you like slide me in place like.
Oh, we're doing trust falls as you fall into me.
Oh my god. So what do we see in here, Dean?
So, as the door opens, you see this. It looks like a better term, a garage hangar type deal. There's a couple of tracked vehicles in there. It looks like it's the maintenance bay. As a matter of fact, full on maintenance could go on here, and everybody give me an awareness roll. Make an intellect roll if you have perception or anything like that.
Only got 1 skill here, initiative.
All right, then. Make a roll.
Wait, where are my skills?
Give me an
Oh,
intellect
the
roll.
skills on the left here. I see. So I
Yeah,
have.
that's a new character sheet. I'm not
Yeah.
I
sure
did
what
so bad.
Would
I even spent effort. I rolled a 2.
would maintenance tech apply towards this? I don't know what we're looking
Yes,
for.
actually, yes. You can use your maintenance tech.
All right, so it's just one step easier for me, and I rolled 11, so 11 plus 3, 14.
All right, perfect. So, Fault, T, you're walking in, and your optics pick up what looks to you like dried liquid splatter.
I like
And
rub my
upon-
finger down it.
And upon closer observation,
Oh.
you can see that it looks like it was a puddle of blood.
Oh.
Someone died here. And I like wipe it off on the nearest human's cloth.
It's me!
I asked that.
I freak out. I go, what did you rub on me?
Tested later.
You see me hyperventilating. We'll deal with that later. I'm trying to shut it out mentally that he rubbed something.
Does it look like
unknown
only
on
one
me.
person was obliterated here, or numerous? How big is the pile, the splotch? Is it like I stepped on them, or I shot like 10 people? Like how big?
It looks like it probably was the just like it looks like a wound, like a splatter wound, like something got blown off, or blown apart.
Since I rolled poorly, I say someone lost a limb, and I continue down the corridor.
A limb? You
Don't
see,
worry,
like,
it was vaporized.
oh boy.
That's not uncommon in maintenance garages. They probably weren't following safety protocols, and
Humans
they
are
weren't
bad with
minding their own
blowtorches.
business. And really, it's just a lack of training in regard for safety. That's all this is.
Plasma cutters, dangerous.
Not uncommon.
I'm still visibly freaked out, not talking.
I
Where the
have
hell
killed
are y'all guys?
632 people.
Wait, did Jinx come in here with us, or did she send us on our own?
No, she's walking along.
I just look
Is
at
there
her
any ships or
wordlessly.
anything in this bay, in this mechanics bay, or any like vehicles or?
There's 2 ground vehicles in there.
You can move around outside or inside. Are they like golf carts?
No, they're ground vehicles that go outside.
Ah, okay. Do they seem like they run? If I like glance over them, is everything intact, or they've been like ripped apart?
No, everything looks perfectly intact.
We can use these upon landing.
If you do, you point out vehicles,
Yeah, I point
right?
to the 2 vehicles.
I run to the nearest one and jump in to see if I can start it or turn it on.
Don't make noise. What if that was
No,
not?
I
a
just
plasma cutter?
or if I can physically look at it without turning it on to make sure it turns on, I want to ensure that it actually works.
My training as a T unit is to keep you calm. Please step out of the vehicle.
So what
You
am
guys
I
hear
doing
that?
here, Dean? Yeah,
You,
I can kind of
hear that?
hear that.
I can't hear anything. Do you have music in Roll20 playing?
no sound effect.
I didn't hear it really.
I hear dead silence.
Yeah.
So what were we hearing, Dean? I hear like a
There's a little
scraping.
something.
It's like a scraping.
That's
They're
exactly what
scraping,
you hear.
scraping.
That's not. I don't want to. I
You
scrape
hear-
my foot on the ground. Remember,
Hamsters.
To mimic
I'm
it.
taught to keep them calm, so I scrape my foot to mirror the sound. Sorry.
Where is this sound coming from?
And suddenly, one of the there's a stack of barrels off to the left. The barrels fall over, and a body falls out of the barrel.
Well, as soon as the barrels fall over, I tuck into the cab of whatever vehicle I just jumped in. Like I'm
I
hiding.
assume I was I smart enough to track it and not shoot it. Let's.
I personally try to grab the private to
Yeah,
put him in
okay.
front of me.
I leveled the battle rifle, but I don't fire.
Okay. You see, laying on the ground, there is a person. You can visibly see that they're breathing. They look haggard, disheveled, and there's a gaping wound in her side.
Which I don't see any of because I'm hiding. Well,
I'm going to move forward to her, but cautiously. And what I'd like to do is examine her as I approach. Are her eyes glazed over? Is her skin flushed or pale? Is she?
Would you like me to hold it up?
Before
No,
he
don't
before
touch.
he-
Might be hurt.
before he does that, I grab his arm and I say, "You got this, Doc." And I give him it gives him an asset on his next whatever
Hand of beef jerky.
his next role is, so it's an advice to friend.
Okay.
Very nice. I was worried you were unlocking the romanceable option between us in our dialogue, but
Mass Effect wheel.
yeah, the best. So,
That's
I
after the
totally
break.
shipped Manny and Arnold, the Marnie ship. But yeah,
That's after the break. Don't worry about it.
God.
So, okay. So as you're examining, as you're moving into examining, just from a tertiary glance, you can tell that this person looks like they're showing signs of shock.
Okay.
They are not dead. We should put them out to pasture.
No. Parlez-vous français? English? Espanol?
And
And,
when you say English, her eyes, you need to get us out of here.
There is only
There-
one of you. There is
there-
no we.
They're here.
all right.
She's obviously in shock.
Was that said loud enough for me to hear in hiding?
I don't
are
think
you-
my guy can be quiet.
Why don't you roll? Why don't you roll me a perception check? See if you heard it, or if you're covering your ears so you don't hear it.
Oh, yes.
Training
No,
code
I
42.
definitely would be listening for any danger clues to see if I have to get up and run. So I definitely would
Okay.
be listening. So let me try to roll for that. I don't think I have anything that'll help though. So let me.
Danger
just-
code 42 means we should keep our living parties safe.
Oh, I rolled a natural
He should
one.
be-
Natural one, here it comes. Zombie horde raining through the roof.
All right.
She should be
Okay.
quarantined.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay.
Are we playing with the rules where you can use powers if you spend extra to affect other people and other things? That kind of
Oh, I
ability
love
to flex your powers?
Yeah.
Because if so, I'm going to put a force shield around her in
Okay.
case she's dangerous.
Yes, that's fine.
All right.
All right.
So what's happening with my one?
I'll get to you in just a minute, Alaric. So, you push your shield, interposing between her and the doctor.
Well,
You
can I
know-
like wrap her in it like a bubble?
No, not yet. Not
Okay.
no. It's literally just a shield. You can bash
Just a normal one?
Yeah.
Then I will bury her between us. Yes.
Okay. So looking through the shield, you can see that she's in shock. Her wound looks as if it looks like it's a cauterized claw wound. So she's hurt, but she's not bleeding.
Dr. Adams, her wound is cauterized like a bad plasma cut, except numerous. And I prod the area or poke near the area with the bottom of the shield, kind of pointing it out. Ma'am, please stand up.
Yeah, I'm going to request. Are you able to stand on your own?
Otherwise,
I know it may be difficult.
You will be forced to stand.
She gets up and she's like, get out. We have to. And she starts shaking. And she's like, and you hear a
Taste.
I just blast a rifler.
You hear a high pitched whine.
Oh, nope.
And she just suddenly breaks apart. She doesn't explode.
Oh no!
And falls to the ground in parts and pieces, and like
ammo reserved.
I immediately look at the private and like mouth red shirt.
I'm still hiding, I guess.
Okay.
What was the falling apart audibly like loud? Yeah, like do you hear like that gore?
Oh yeah. You definitely heard that.
I throw up. Oh! Like I don't know what's going on in my one, but I'm like if I hear that gory like explosiony, like not explosion noise, but like a falling like carcassy, like you know what I'm talking about, like the squishy like. If I hear that, I'm definitely throwing up in the floor where I'm sitting right now.
You said the lieutenant is the one that's with us right now?
Yes.
I would say LTKJ. We should remove this to the outdoors. It could be something they can pick up or contagion. Training 642.
Well, so Dean, I think I want to use.
Can I scoop her back in the barrel? With the shield just.
Sure, go for it.
I think I'd like to use my Cypher I know things to ask you a question.
Okay.
I don't have any of those.
So the question I'd like to ask is her condition essentially to go around along with the T unit? Is this something that's contagious through touch? Like if I were to just touch someone on the skin?
Nothing you know of makes any sense in that realm. No, it doesn't seem likely. It seems like what it seems like is that something was introduced into her system that destabilized her molecular structure.
I screwed the lid to the barrel back on.
Yep.
I scrape a line on it so we know which one to do, and I set it in the back of the vehicle that he is sitting in.
I'm still hiding. Like if I hear you come,
you may need to take back for testing.
I say, don't look over here. Like you're like very strained. Like I just.
You are sick.
You can say so.
Dr. Adams, he has vomited all over the inside.
You didn't have to tell anybody.
You're sick. Sick means quarantined if it is contagious.
I'm not. It was just that noise. It was just so gross. Oh.
This noise, and I shake the barrel.
I throw up again.
He's not sick. He's just weak.
I throw. Oh, why would you do that? Oh.
What is the chef's name?
Manny.
As Manny said, red shirt.
Manny's like 10 feet behind everybody else, just standing there with the private.
Lieutenant, shall we continue?
Oh man,
we need to figure out what's going on here. This doesn't make any sense.
I could perform some tests on the remnants of. It would take some time though. Maybe I could discern what sort of substance could cause this. I do have some background in virology and.
Minutes, hours, or days?
Depends how much I'm getting paid. if I have to work fast, I'm going to need better light. And
I just pull out a random ration because this is how you guys have been training the dogs.
Give me intellect roll, Doc.
Remember his next roll, whatever roll he has an asset on.
Right.
Yes, and am I also able to use my chemistry training on this? That's kind of what I was leaning through. If I'm
You will be able to. What I'm gonna do, I'm actually
okay,
because you're not gonna use the asset at this point. The asset will be. This is just for me for your recall.
okay. I'm gonna apply effort as well because I got a lot of intellect, and they're just gonna eat my brains anyways.
I open the thing back up and hold it for you. Do you need to test this?
I rolled a 14.
Beautiful. You do remember from looking at the schematics briefly when you were taking note of the power source. You did see where it was marked that they had a med bay and laboratory on this level. There's actually it actually shows that there's a med bay and a laboratory on every level. And it's not far from where you are. You probably can get to that med bay laboratory area probably in a few 10 minutes, and it'd probably have proper testing facilities for you to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I relay this. I relay this. The way I work, I'm going to need a lot. The whole Slurpee, so to speak. I relay this with stilted language and more arrogance than you did, Dean. Back to the party. I'm like, to the laboratory.
So, Alaric?
God, yeah. Sorry, I was just being disgusted by the.
Okay,
Al, can you help me carry this?
No. I as soon as you guys once you started shaking it and he said he needs to examine, you may have opened it. I was definitely walked away from.
Well, I'm combat oriented, so out of character, I'm gonna look for a pallet jack or something they can put it on, and Al can push it because he doesn't do anything else anyway.
I'm gonna suggest that we have the private carry it.
It's too heavy.
Look at him. Look at the guy's arms. He's chiseled.
Yes, but this is a long distance. Why work hard when work smart? Rule 62.
I got
And I look for a pallet jack or something, like a dolly or something. It's a maintenance shop. There's got to be a work dolly cart.
Yeah, there is. There's a what do you call it? A hover dolly.
Oh, perfect. Slurping
So-
minimum. Just don't turn hard.
You didn't secure the top?
No. You
Oh boy, I guess. Okay.
So, remember you rolled a 1?
yes,
And
I
didn't forget about you. You get off the back of the truck and you're lingering a little bit behind, but still in range. But again, you're letting the other people take the lead, and you see something. But when you try to look directly at it, it's not there. But you feel like something's following you.
Where did I notice it?
Off to your right in the shadows, and it whenever you look in that direction, there's nothing there. But when you're walking along, you see it out of your periphery, and you hear.
And I'm the only one who hears that?
Yep.
All right. I mean, as we start walking or whatever, I was you guys all see me periodically just suddenly look to the side, to my right, and then start walking and then again. It's like, guys, don't you hear that?
Are you ill?
I'm not ill. How can you not hear that?
My electronic servo 642 ears do not hear anything.
But I guess I might just be. Maybe I am sick. I don't know. Let's just keep going.
I As you say that, when we were walking, I was talking to the private, and I'm like, I don't want to be rude or nothing, but you have like 0% chance of surviving this. Oh, what? You said something? What did you hear?
I don't know.
Is she still speaking in the barrel?
Oh,
She's not speaking. She's just sloshing around.
I didn't know. He said he heard something.
it's in the shadows, not in the barrel.
Oh. I turned my lights towards the shadows. Is there anything there to calm
No.
the kid who thinks there's something in the closet?
I mean, I guess seeing nothing in the shadows is like, I guess I'm just hearing.
You are
like,
paranoid.
I must be. I'm shaking
I
my
need you
head.
to-
Just like,
We need you to focus, Al. Why
Yeah,
don't you
no.
sing that song you do when you normally get nervous and frightened like this?
No.
whenever I feel afraid, I sing a happy tune.
Oh, not this
Whenever
again.
I'm getting down,
Oh God, Blues
I
Clues.
turn
Oh
my
God, Blues
frown
Clues.
upside down.
I'm gonna keep walking.
Yeah, so you guys are making your way, and you hear you recognize that it's a klaxon. It's typical proximity klaxon, and talking about like a proximity alert, like something is coming towards the facility.
From outside or from the way we're going?
Like from outside. It's like normally the sound that you hear. You military types, automatically know that this is the kind of like an air raid klaxon, like something that's getting ready to hit the building.
Oh.
If it's
it's
definitely,
And as quickly as it starts, it stops.
If I've learned anything over the years, then we should send a red shirt to shut the bay doors.
There's no red shirts here, dude.
When you
1, 2, 3, not it.
when you say you should send somebody to shut the bay doors, you actually turn around and the doors are closed.
Excellent. Someone already did it.
They closed without making a sound, even though they made sound when they opened.
Must be greased.
it's just Al's just visibly freaking out after all the noise and seeing the doors close and.
I continue moving. I'm taking us to the area for him to do experiments. I mean, testing.
I look at the lieutenant and I go, and how is this a good idea? Once again, I do not want to offend you, but it's getting really difficult not to offend you right now.
She looked at you. She goes, "You're here. The captain is on his way with the rest of the firepower. We need to do whatever it is we have to do. Because guess what? Where are you going to go? There's really not a lot of places to go right about now."
I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
I mumble under my breath. I could think of 9 or 10 places I could send you. Okay. I'm gonna keep on walking straight. Yo, Private, come on, follow me. We're gonna walk over this way.
Private, don't the funny ones always die in the movies?
Far away from that rusted tin bucket over there, and far away from Al as well, because I don't trust the guy in the ascot. I don't know. He looks like he might live, so let's walk behind.
Until he's the one bringing home this problem.
I was the villainous mastermind the entire time. My subjects know.
Do we have a layout of a map of this building? Do I know how far we have to walk to get there?
I can describe it.
Do I have it up in a heads-up display or anything?
Manny has it. He didn't download it to you, so
Not Manny, Al.
I mean, Al has it.
If you ask me for it, I'll give it to you.
Al, you're too sick. Please give me the blueprint.
Do I have to give him the whole thing, or can he just download it from my wrist?
You can just download it to him.
All right, so I'll give you the jack. Or
The
whatever.
eyes light up a weird bright red, and they scan your gauntlet and download it.
That's the sound it makes.
Your birthday is in 3 days.
Oh, what? I didn't give you access to those files.
Too late.
He's got a copy of your diary now.
Yeah, my diary. Oh no.
Oh, don't think I'm not going to use that.
My what is it? My old MySpace posts and whatever.
Al, you had a live journal?
Actually, I had a
And
Zanga.
a dead journal?
Zanga.
Do you have the Tumblr before Jesus got it?
You got my Zanga posts and my what else? Yeah, live journal.
All right. So, of course, you guys are making your way to the lab facilities, and as you're making your way to the lab facilities, you are coming by a storage area, and this is typical storage area. This is where they keep maintenance tools, fuel supplies, all that kind of stuff. And you notice as you walk past that area, all the barrels that are marked with the fuel, that are marked for fuel, are tipped over and basically empty.
Other people tried to hide in barrels. I like shake them to make sure there's nothing in them.
How do they
Well,
have
there's just
barrels?
remnants, just like something, literally like, the fuel was either poured out or something, but it's just, those little traces that are left in the bottom.
Lieutenant, if somebody was here, would they do this to stop people from leaving?
Possible.
If I were to raid a camp and I was by myself, I would stop all ways to exit, or leave, or flee.
Or maybe they were smart enough to take the fuel and leave when they found out what was in this place. Let's say
Is there traces on the floor of the fuel, like it was dumped here?
No, it doesn't look like it was dumped. There's a couple of spills. It looks like some of it was spilled, but not dumped out.
Yeah, see,
Maybe
look, they did it in a hurry. Look, they spilled some.
Why would you siphon fuel? You would just put it on your own vehicle and bring it with you.
Maybe
This is odd.
They probably had to take smaller things on the go. Who knows? They were in a rush. Maybe.
All right. So you guys make it down the hallway. You make it to the lab facility. Typical lab, it's got the transparent steel glass wall, the whole nine. Everybody give me an intellect defense roll.
All right. Let me look at my
I'm trained in intellect defense.
So some of my pools are not maxed. Should they be maxed?
Yeah, they should be maxed. They should be at their max.
All right. I was like, because I feel like I'm low on power, and that means I need to drain something.
Nah, you're good.
Fixed. Okay. I don't eat humans. What's wrong with you?
I don't think I have anything that'll help me here. So
I'm just straight rolling this.
Yep,
Difficulty
same.
5.
Same.
I rolled a natural 19. Let's go.
I'm leading with my shield out, and I am announcing our entrance into the room.
I'm opening my mind to like the overmind that will infest me. Like,
Okay, so
What is the name of our ship we came on?
the Sonum Star, the sleeping star.
Sonum Star.
I got an 11.
This is the Sonum Star, here to set up camp and to
No, you
set
got
up
a
our
15,
new
man.
facilities.
Your intellect defense roll was a 15.
Me?
You got assets
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, it doesn't automatically add it?
I mean, it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like it did.
I'm looking at it. It says 15.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Sorry.
Okay, so perfect. All of you actually do make this roll, but what you see before you has got to be some of the most horrific shit you've ever seen in existence. You see what looks like some sort of being, but it's basically almost as if it's been turned inside out and stretched out into its component parts. Almost like when you would look at something on a piece of paper.
Yep.
The only thing, this is in reality. And it's all in a it's in a what do you call it? Basically a force field.
Yeah.
But all the parts, as if someone was doing some really illicit, twisted stuff here.
Well, in the name of defensive science, it's deeply analytical and anatomical studies. No, I can't defend this.
And mind you, none of the parts that you see look human.
No.
Really?
So
Like gray skinned or like a weird color that makes us think they're not human, or is it the shape of it?
The shape of the organs, the fact that like some of the bone structure has like you can tell that that was probably a leg, but it has 4 joints in it. The articulation is off.
Did they find aliens and study them here? Is that in the records? And I turn and look to the lieutenant.
The lieutenant goes, first of all, this was supposed to be a colonization mission. We're supposed to be on a planet. As a matter of fact, did anybody, hey, one of you, and she pointed at you, Professor, smart guy. Did you check the logs to see that we were at the right planet? Are we where we're supposed to be?
Is that his job? Is he the navigator?
I can speak for myself.
I'm
No, it's not my job. No, I didn't check the logs. And even when I was asked, I was too busy doing other things. Wasn't my responsibility, nor was it time. However,
on the display screen. It says not job.
yes, I'm barely qualified to tie my own shoes. With that said, I want to try to cross-reference where we are versus where we should be. I've got like, but apart from that, if I'm unable to do that, I want to kind of examine the anatomy of the stretched out creature. I'm going to pay very close attention to hands and feet and try to find them teeth. Try to see, is this something that looks like a predator, or maybe it's just kind of could be a beast of burden, or could be a death machine. I don't know. Okay.
Well, real quick, Dean, I did roll a 19 with my defense roll. Can I get a minor effect that says, as upon seeing this horrific mess, I instantly just left the room to hide right outside the door?
Absolutely.
So
you could be by yourself.
Absolutely.
I'm right outside the door, not like too far or anything. Like
that's the word of a dead man walking.
When you step outside the door,
I don't want to be in there with that mess.
No, what I'm just saying, when you step outside the door, I'll get back to you in a couple of minutes.
That's fine. I'll just be on alert out there, like.
So you're paying. You're looking at this thing that you're looking at. Definitely looks like it was built for combat. It does look like some sort of apex predator. The bone structure is kind of the bone structure looks like it's extra dense and fortified. If you had to guess, you'd probably say that this creature could probably bench press 1,500 pounds easily.
Oh no.
He can lift as much as me, if maybe a little less.
Yeah, that's what you see so far.
Doctor, let's clean this room so you can start your process.
Professor, but
Professor.
Hey, I'm a candidate.
Edited.
Yes.
Do you want me to trim this and clip this down and roll it up like a rug?
No. What I would like you to do is seal the doors.
Excellent. To turn around and shut the door.
The door closes, Al, and that's perfect. I'm going to flip over to Al real quick.
I'm still out here.
The door closes and locks.
Is there a window on the door?
Before you do that,
turn around. Have you seen Al?
Before you do that, Al, just as the door closes and you hear the lock and you're getting ready to turn around, you hear a voice go, "Finally."
Behind me, like away, like I turned to look at the door and then behind me, right?
Maybe a couple of feet to your.
I turned to look at whatever said that.
Okay, I need you to make a intellect defense roll, and I need you to make it hindered.
Oh boy! All right, so just add or subtract 3 from this thing, because I'm just rolling straight dice. Oh, I rolled a 1. Well, not natural 1. 4 minus 3. So I
okay,
failed.
Beautiful.
Why are you rolling dice versus just rolling the rolls?
Oh, because it brings up a pop-up, and I don't want to like have that on the overlay.
Pop your character sheet out of the window.
No, it is. It's just that whenever I click a roll,
roll 20.
Whatever, yeah, it doesn't matter. Either way.
All right.
I failed.
Yes. You turned. You were all nervous and shaky. Calmed right down. And when you calmed down, standing before you is
Take off my glasses.
that girl you always wanted to talk to in high school, that you never had the courage to talk to, looking as lovely as ever. And for some reason, you know she shouldn't be here, but you don't care right now.
All right. So what did she say to me after I noticed? Like, let's
She's
give her a
going to
name. I say Chelsea.
And she goes, Al, it's been so long. Why did you actually are going to make me do this, huh? I've waited years for you, take your shot. And you didn't. Why?
I just like look at myself. Look at me. Who would want this? I know, and look at you. Like, and I'm assuming she's wearing something very nice or something,
Yeah.
right?
She goes, what? She goes, what? I don't appeal to you?
No, I mean you're the exact opposite of me. You're way out of my league. I couldn't and I'm just babbling on about how I'm no good, blah blah blah. I'm like getting lost in that headspace.
She goes, things like that really hurt a girl. Messes with her self-esteem. And it really makes a girl feel bad about herself. Makes her feel ugly. And when she says ugly, her face drops on the side like she's having a stroke. She goes, and makes her feel hideous. And you hear bones cracking, and then she goes, no, it makes a girl savage. And she goes, ah, and her face, her head pulls back, fangs come out of her mouth, and I need you to roll initiative.
Or just
Already,
pick another character.
All right, so two things. I'm hindered at an initiative. I'm bad at it. I'm also hindered at everything when I'm alone. So it's 2 steps harder. So I'm gonna roll.
I didn't.
I rolled a natural 19.
It was nice playing with you, Al.
I rolled a natural 19. All right.
That's a natural 19 is good, but it's not a natural 20.
But still,
so it's that's actually a 13. But okay, so you do get initiative. You actually are lucky enough that you get to act. What is your action going to be?
Well, I'm gonna turn and run, or if I can, turn and knock heavily on a. All right. How close is she to me when she's lunging?
Literally. She'll be on you in less than a second.
All right, so I just turn to run if I can, because I know I will not have time to knock on the door, or if I can, pound the door as I dive out of the way. I basically go to run, pound and run.
Take
working in here. Sorry.
Give me a roll. Give me a run roll.
All right, I'm gonna use effort on this.
Okay.
Assuming it's speed, which I have edge in, so drop my thing by 2 instead of the 3. See if I'm trained at running, and I'm also trained at escaping from danger.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm super good at getting out of these tricky situations. All right, where's my dice? Oh, it's over here. So oh boy. All right, so I rolled a 5, but I had the 1 step from my effort and the 2 steps from my 2 training, so it's actually 11.
3. No, that was okay. So you turn on your heel and you get ready, to take off, and you make it about 10 steps deeper into the facility, and you run dead smack into Chelsea again.
Oh my god!
But she's not monstrous. She's normal Chelsea. She goes, and now you run from me? You run from me?
Well, the important part here is was I able to knock heavily on the door before I started running?
That's what I was saying. Did we hear that? I would assume that
I'm right next to the door.
Yeah, no, you were next to the professor.
No, I shut the door.
He shut the door.
Yeah, the door was closed. He was right there for sure.
He Not to be rude or nothing, could you just not have that happen again?
That was the
Professional
depth of Al's
streamer.
character.
Oh boy! All right, refresh. Let me just say, refresh. It should be back in the chat. Refresh. It should.
So,
be
as
back.
we were saying, make your speed defense to see if I shoot you in the face.
Either way, I use the effort. Again, if I can use running and escape on these, I would like to. But if it's just speed defense, it's your call.
Just a speed defense roll for this one.
All right, so then just the one level of effort. I rolled a 9, so 12 total.
Okay. You turn to head back to the door, and you're frozen in place. You're like frozen mid-turn, and you feel a cold, sharp pain. It shoots from the base of your skull down to your spine, and your legs stiffen, and you start seeing strange images, and you take 6 points of intellect damage.
Oh,
And then you're like running over there to you run and slide right up underneath where the gun and shield is sticking out of the door. You see Alaric, he's sweating, he's completely disheveled. His pallor, his skin color, it looks almost as if some life has been drained out of him. He looks bad. His eyes are sunken, and he's visibly, not healthy.
it's like, guys.
I see this, but nobody else, right?
Right.
Oh. Does he look sick?
Yes.
Does he look like he could infect the rest of the crew?
Give me an intellect roll. See if that's what your assessment is.
Give him mouth to mouth. So, I don't
Oh no!
Yes! His eyeballs explode. Worms come shooting out of his lungs.
He just shoots me immediately. Just.
I
Eric?
hose the hall.
Eric? Should I say fault?
I hose the hall.
Okay. Yes, you can hose the hall. And
Actually, I shoot it's only one person. I won't shoot a thermite grenade.
Can we get the result of what happens first before we shoot? This is the assessment roll.
Yes.
You can still shoot, but I
Oh, I
want to
thought
find
this
out
was
how
if I
bad
saw he was sick and my assessment was I failed.
well, no. Oh, you failed horribly.
looks
You-
fine.
You failed horribly, and basically, what I need from the fault unit now, you see, Al, your first thought is that he's been infected and needs to be sterilized, and then your system shuts. It shuts
Uh-oh.
down for
Oh,
about
no.
it's like a 3 seconds. Manny, give me a roll.
I was right behind him.
Okay, you notice the fault. You notice the T unit. Gun out, and he goes. Head drops like this. His shield shuts down. The lights on his gun go out. His lights go out. And
Hey, Rust Bucket, you all right? And I kick his leg.
It's just
And I'm
rebooting.
like,
your whole attitude is changed. You now feel very altruistic and protective. These are your children.
Yeah, but he's sick. Oh.
Nurse him back to health.
Yeah, I don't have those kind of skills, but you do.
Well, I start to get back up on my feet, guys. I saw something out there.
Al seems to be ill.
He's just hungry. Here, try some of these. And I open up our combos rations. They got pizza stuff in them.
I take it.
Uh,
Look at it.
so
Just eat it slowly.
So, what are you doing, Arnold?
I don't
should
have
help
time for
him.
their shenanigans. I really don't know. I need to help the remnants of this exploding jam lady. She's jam now. and I have to. My work must not be stopped. So it's one of those things where I'm clearing off an area, and I want to start performing the science on the jam jar. I don't have time for those shenanigans.
Okay, so give me basically a broad intellect roll. I'm going to just basically say that you start running your test, and we'll see what happens, what you get.
Okay, so at this point, if I'm able to use the asset that I wasn't allowed to use earlier, I'd like to use that.
Yes.
And then I'd also like to activate my second cipher because it's a one shot, and I'll do it myself, where it's just like clear off the area and get an extra level of effort as well. So
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, that's what the cipher's called. I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself. I love that. By the way, for everyone watching, these characters are phenomenally prepared for a one shot.
Yeah.
So I'll use a level of effort, and then I have an asset, and I'll actually apply a second level of effort. I rolled a 14, plus 2 levels of effort and an asset.
Yeah. So, needless to say, what you figure out is that something was introduced into her system, and her system was incompatible completely, and the substance or the actually no, you know exactly what it was. It was another strand of DNA. It was a triple helix DNA strand. And that DNA strand, her body couldn't handle it. It was completely her and basically the triple helix overwhelmed her system and caused all the molecular bonds that held her together, just turned her back to primordial soup.
Yeah, I'm dictating this out loud into a recording. I'm like, Professor Arnold Aaron Adams, the final days. The specimen had an adverse reaction to a triple helix injection. The primordial soup that we all spawned from has taken hold. She tastes delicious.
Set Al right on top of your work.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Is everybody back in the room?
Yeah, Al, I saw Al. He's ill. I'm pulling him in.
Everyone's back in the room.
He is my child. You must fix Al.
So
Al
what exactly does that mean, Proof?
It means that they were either trying to become a new neo-human of sorts, an attempt to alter essentially the source code of their bodies, and reach a new level of humanity, or something. An invader was attempting to assimilate them. Not now.
A little alarm on the
Go away, Animal Crossing.
A little alarm on one of the consoles goes off and starts to flashing blue light.
Right, I'm gonna look at that. And once again, I guess I ignore Al. I mean, you wait right here. Actually, no. While I examine Al, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Manny, would you mind checking that?"
Enough not work for you, but okay, whatever. I start walking over towards the console.
Hey! In here, I am the professor in charge, the PIC. I got the doctor in charge. I'm the dick.
Oh yeah, you are absolutely right, Proof. You are the dick. I apologize. You are the big dick, the biggest dick I've ever worked with. I'm gonna go check this out. I'm sorry. And then I walk over to the console.
All right, when you get to the console, you have you see on the display there's a little blue light flashing, and then you see a display.
What about Al?
He's taking care of Al.
Yeah, and I push him in like he's like green and nasty.
Yeah, I'm just sitting hobbily eating those combos, like David Hasselhoff on the floor. Like
look at him. The display says gestation complete. Opening containment, sub level 3.
No. Guys, proof. I think you got to see this. It says something about gestation complete. What the hell does that mean?
Means the baby's about to be born. What's going on?
I know Al looks a little messed up, but you know he was always messed up. Come look at this.
He's very sick.
All right.
Look at him.
Can we say that either while Arnold Adams was examining me, or while I was eating the combos, I could have taken a recovery roll to feel a little bit
Absolutely.
I was waiting for somebody to do that.
Take a
And
recovery
so I'm
roll.
gonna have to split my attention. I'm gonna ask Fold. I'm gonna say if you can check that, I can treat your child faster. And then I want to do an assessment of Al. You know,
You want me to check what? To the bay?
over by Manny.
So, okay,
I rolled a 1 on my recovery. Seriously?
Your rolls have been delicious.
It's because you're sick.
All right, so I only got very minor nutritional benefit from these combos.
Yeah,
Like,
they're fucking combos from the 20th century.
Hey,
That's like eating
I
a
made those
Twinkie.
combos like 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about?
I healed to
How you
my
feeling
ends.
over there, buddy?
So
So I felt a little bit better.
so basically what happens
Sobbing.
what happens is you go over to look at this. You see it says sub level 3 gestation complete, and then there's another message a little lower down. It says new units off production sub level 4.
You see, look at this. You see, like this part right here is a little concerning.
Yeah,
right?
I lift
You
up my
know,
shades.
When you look a little down in there, that part says that we're fucked, right?
Uh, so he called me over to look, but so
No,
is there any
it's-
other?
I called
He's
Oh,
got
okay.
T.
Arnold.
Oh, they said Alric, even though I'm always sick.
I thought T unit was going to go look at it because
Yeah,
Arnold
yeah,
said
yeah,
unit.
yeah.
You saw
I go, yes, it is. Is it near here?
Yes, the panel right here.
No,
What's
where
wrong with-
is the gestation happening?
sub level 3.
How
Yeah.
far is that? And I pull up the map.
That's probably about 3 miles away.
Oh, we're fine.
going
It's 3
down.
miles away. We're safe here.
And then another message after it says about the units on sub-level 4 that are completed. Another message comes up. Facility on full lockdown. Blast shields in place.
Not good.
And then you hear unlocking all pathways.
Lieutenant,
And
I think we
I'll fr-
may
I'll free-
see company.
I'll freeze you here for a second. Arnold, what are you doing with Al?
I'm still
All right.
probably eating these.
I'm looking deep. I'm pulling his eyelids down. I'm
I'll
checking,
stop.
and I'm requesting that he counts backwards from 100.
All right, 100.
I'm trying to check his cognitive
99.
abilities. Is he able to do this?
98.
He couldn't count when he was normal.
I'm doing it, but just barely.
While he's doing this, you know, I'm just kind of checking his vitals. You know, it's like, probably gonna take a blood sample off of him, examine it.
50.
You do your thing and you make a full assessment. What you realize is that you realize that he's his serotonin levels are low.
Mm.
His thyroid seems to be not stabilizing his system like it should be, as if it's not producing the normal hormones that it's supposed to produce, and he seems to be low on spinal fluid.
So I say, after he's looking at
turning
me,
to jelly.
I say to him, so just give it to me straight. How many hours do I have left to live?
We're not talking hours. We're talking minutes or maybe steps.
Wait, what?
I think you are going to
If you
die.
sneeze wrong, you're
I
dead.
start coughing and what do you what do you mean?
Yeah, that's the one thing you don't want a doctor telling you. You're turning into jelly.
In the death code, do we not put him in a shoebox and bury him in the yard?
Al, are you right with your maker?
You see me just like looking around, like I haven't come to terms with that philosophical end yet.
Well, you're about. So
Oh,
I'm dictating all
no.
this out loud, and I'm just like, look, Al, I'm going to tell it to you straight. I have no bedside manner. You're very sick. I'm going to look around here and see if I can inject him anything. Maybe with one of those demon organs that are splayed
What?
out. Like I can
No,
replace his thyroid.
you cannot combine two DNAs. You have
Are-
proof in front of you.
Are you going to literally grab? What are you grabbing?
I
Yeah,
will
I'm afraid I
100%
am.
step in between.
No,
Or you
you're
gotta
over there.
grab Or you gotta grab some random stuff.
Oh my god.
All right. I heard. Look, we're doing old medicinal recipes. We're giving them the liver. Like,
What are you
give
doing?
them liver. Liver's got all the good substances in it, and like,
Dying. It's going to be the doctor's fault.
I mean, I trust you, doctor or
in the name of
professor.
science. Yeah, I'm just gonna slice off a sliver. Going against my better judgment, and I'm thinking, if this was a superhuman, if this was an apex predator,
It's dead.
At least let me cook it up first. I can.
But it is completely.
the
preserved.
organs can be preserved. If you were to get
No,
a
it is
kidney
completely
transplant,
preserved.
we would take a kidney out of you and give it to someone else.
It,
You know,
it is
it's-
completely
But it
preserved.
is-
It's perfectly preserved.
Yeah,
But eating it does not do that. That's not how eating liver works. People eat
It's a
pate
metaphor.
every day.
Look,
I
who's
s-
the doctor here? You're the fault. All right,
I chime in for a second. I say, please let Manny cook it.
Not for nothing. Give me some onions, a little peppers,
I'm not gonna give him. I'm not gonna give him the demon liver. I'm just gonna check around here. Do we have any like good
Drugs?
steroids we can address him with? Yeah, like let's start giving him some stiff steroid injections. Let's see if we
Yeah,
can
you find
stem cells.
you actually find a more or less what's the word I'm looking, a synthetic steroid cortical stimulant.
Yeah,
Stimulant.
No, not going to make
yeah.
it.
And now part of Grant's brain is like, and then the mad scientist slips him some demon liver amongst all this in the hubbub. But I'm not going to.
Does it say you're crazy on your thing?
Don't
No,
don't
but
I
Al.
wish it did.
Don't worry, Al. It's gonna be okay. The doctor's gonna give you a stiff injection.
Is
You know
there,
how-
I
you
trust
know how
that.
you feel about stiff injections.
I
It'll
look-
be okay.
So, go ahead and
Making
give him the
aliens.
injection.
I look
Al,
away.
I need you. Al, he gives you an injection, and I need you to make a might defense save. Might defense roll.
Alright, I'm just checking to see if I have any might skills. I don't think I do, though. I sure
You
don't.
do.
Oh, wait.
You're dead.
And
No.
you're dead.
Yep, I'm probably gonna die. Alright, so let me try to do a might roll. I'm gonna use effort on it, though. Drop my might by 3.
Do you have enough might left for that?
Yeah, I have 10. I haven't taken any might damage yet. It's all been intellect and
no, right.
speed.
You took intellect damages, right?
Dean, I'm giving him friendly help since I was there comforting him,
Okay,
But-
that works.
so
So,
he could spend-
There.
so
okay.
either way, I rolled a 6 plus 6 is 12.
Good.
The
That's good. You feel better. You give yourself 2 more intellect points back.
Woo, I'll take it.
And it's he doesn't look as sunken eyed as he once
I'm
did.
gonna start rubbing
but
my eyes.
you do realize something is extremely off with you.
With me?
Yes.
Can I tell what is off, or do I just feel funny? Or
You just don't feel like Manny.
yes.
I mean, you don't feel like you don't
Does he feel like
Alaric.
Tina?
So after he injects me with the synthetic steroids or whatever have you, and I feel a little less tired, a little less sick, I start rubbing my eyes. I'm like, guys, and you guys already know my mannerisms are super exaggerated, like flighty, frighty, whatever. But now it's super monotone, almost to the point of being scary from how you've seen him before. And he's like, guys, I saw something out there, and I don't feel like me.
What do you feel like?
What do I feel like, Dean? How off do I feel? What way?
You,
If I have any do I have what you call it? Any inclinations to go back outside to see what I saw? Do I feel more, what you call it? enraged by what happened? Like, what am I feeling here?
You're feeling a lot of apathy. You feel very apathetic.
So when you say what do you feel, I just really say I don't. I can't. I don't. Normally I would feel like you guys should all come with me and run away, but right now I don't care about anything.
You feel more like a fault unit.
That is a good way to put it, T-Unit.
Oh no.
Welcome to the electric jungle.
Manny, are you still manning the? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm unmuted now.
Okay. Are you still manning the console?
I was, and then I went to go console Al.
Okay.
So like while he was saying that, I take off my rosary beads that I had, and I give them to him, and I look over at the professor and the lieutenant, and I go, okay, are you guys gonna admit we're fucked now, or are we just still in the imaginary world? Once again, I don't want to offend either one of you, but you're both doing a horrible job. Let me just say that.
We appreciate the feedback. There's forms you submit that in.
Everything will be fine. We should go check on corridors. They said they opened.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna grab.
What the hell happened to Russ?
Oh, why don't I try this? I'm digging through those alien guts for ciphers. No, it's like one of them's in here.
Give me a roll.
But real quick, while you're rolling for it, Anthony, you said your character Manny gave me the beads, right?
Yeah.
So after you gave it to me, you see him like absent-mindedly staring down, like how people with like a string of beads will like roll them through the fingers, like like just kind of counting the beads. So I'm just absently minded, like doesn't look like they're like it's the 1,000-yard stare you've ever seen, and he just looks like he's just counting beads, not saying anything.
Grant, or should I say Arnold? You're looking through, and you actually do find. You're not sure if this is a portion of this creature's heart or brain stem, but it's a power source. And you think you could adapt it to either be a one-use grenade or a quick charge power source or something.
Okay. All right. I'll plug it in my cell phone when I'm low on battery life.
You get bars out here.
All right. I'm gonna kind of stash it away. Sloppy jalopy. Just alien guts will come in handy later.
Lieutenant, is anybody going to do anything about? Did you guys see the comm? Like,
she looks over at you. She goes, "Okay, stop asking questions and just listen. This is what's going to happen. We're going to make our way to the armory, and we're going to load up because it doesn't look like we're getting out of here anytime soon. And we're going to probably try to find us a place to hunker down, which probably would be back there, even though it's a wide open space. I don't see a lot of way of fortifying it, but it probably would be the best way and the closest thing when the captain and the boys with the big guns get here. Probably be the best place to try to hold up. Anybody got any better ideas? Any other suggestions?"
No. He's not even looking up from the beads he's counting, just shakes his head no.
Doctor?
You're in charge. I defer to your wisdom and experience.
T, you seem to be malfunctioning. I think we need to reboot you. Something's going on with you. All of a sudden, you got a matronly damn attitude. What's going on?
My code says that a new parameter has been put into place. Protect all like children.
Yeah.
So I will protect you.
All right. So everybody's gonna try to find the armory.
how far is the armory from us? Do we know?
Yeah, we have the blueprint.
Are you gonna pull it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can pull it up on your multi-tool and you show it on a holographic display. There's an armory on this floor, small one. It has a few weapons, and it also has a locker that's marked experimental.
Oh, that's always great.
I walk over to the experimental locker and open it. Or
Well, no,
I
you
try
guys
to...
have to.
Oh,
you guys have to-
it was on the map.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh yeah, so I say now I'm apathetic. I'm not as scared or frighty. The lieutenant said this is the plan, so I start leading the way with my blueprint map.
Before we go anywhere, I'm gonna ask: is now that we know that there's some sort of like alien type creature, is there any way we could detect like whatever this thing is on the hallways of traveling? He Professor basically dissected one. Is there anything that we could possibly do to to help us out in that area in any way?
Well, you haven't
Protect me at all
determined.
times.
You haven't determined anything yet that it was an alien. All you determined something said gestation complete, and then it said something about units active. That's all it said. It didn't say anything. You guys haven't detected another life form yet.
Oh, there's a dead alien hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's something somewhere.
Could be synthetic.
And you said something about genomes.
Yeah, that was mixed in with the girl that her body rejected. So, well, I mean, so how are you going to try to detect it if you're?
I mean, I'm not a scientist.
All right. So
I was
here's
an idiot speaking random gibberish.
here's what I would do, and I would describe in the game how I would do it. If on our device there were different sensory modes, for example, there might be modes that detect motion, and instead of seeing, like, say, the layout, we would see motion occurring in the facility, or it might be life forms that have body temperatures identical to ours, and we'd see what would have temperatures of roughly 98.6. We might not see our T unit, but we might see each other. We might be able to find the best way to describe it would be the differential between my alien blob. I'd probably have to sacrifice the Cypher. It'd be like, can I load this genetic code into our multi-tool and say, hey, do you see any of these? This DNA?
Give me an intellect roll.
All right, I'm gonna end up brain dead by the end of this.
Wait,
but I love it.
before you do your thing, and I don't know if you mention it out loud what you're trying to do, or if like you make it obvious that you're taking that blob power.
I always
source
dictate.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I say, Professor, I like, and it's again very monotone. I put a hand on your shoulder and say, if you're gonna apply that there. No, I still keep my hand on your shoulder. I don't care. Because I'm apathetic now. I don't give a shit about anything. So I just point out, like, if you put it there and, you attach it to that section there, like, basically trying to guide you with my tech knowledge.
I'm also going to say, Roof, that I'm glad that we brought you. You are the man. You're not the dick. You're the man. and I'm going to give him advice to a friend again. Basically, giving him an asset on this role. This is important.
And then, Dean, I'm going to play your intrusion, so when I pull out the Cypher, it turns into a face hugger, and it just latches onto my face, and I turn into an Omni Demon. No, I'm just kidding. I love that. Everyone spends all the
kill
good
you.
things.
You're my family.
Everybody just looks around like, what?
So let's see. Let's go through all these. So how many positive modifiers did I get there?
That was
More or less?
3.
Well,
Okay,
one from
and then-
me, one from him, right?
Yeah.
You said you're using a level of effort, right?
Yeah, so I'm using a level of effort, and then let's make a roll.
Oh boy. The suspense is killing me.
So
Oh
I
my
rolled a
god.
2. I'm gonna use my XP to re-roll.
Alright, good call.
And when I roll, when I do use the XP to re-roll, we also add an additional 3 to this roll because of my advantage special ability.
Oh,
Oh.
All right,
So
Baller.
he's lucky.
yes.
Oh, that's a cool descriptor.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh!
It's a face hugger. I love this. Take it. Hit me with it.
Avenger experience reroll.
So-
Did I used
I,
my experience
I'll
to reroll?
I'll offer, but
He
doesn't
still gets the
the
intrusion.
GMI
It's
still
not gonna-
Yeah, he
happens?
does.
It's not going to negate the intrusion.
No, but I
Yeah.
still want to have this succeed. Hopefully,
Okay, go for it.
So I mean,
No,
I'll use my because the intrusion's still gonna happen. Something bad's still gonna happen, or something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're so fucked.
Either way,
There's still a bunch of points added to that. There's like 12 points or something. so it's
I'm still
high.
using my 1 EXP for you.
Go ahead, reroll, Grant.
What's that?
Reroll.
He gave you his XP.
Unless you
I
want to
used
deny
my
it.
XP.
No, I use it
No,
for
he
you.
gave you his.
Oh,
you-
all right.
So go ahead and
I'll
roll.
use it. I'll use it. I'm okay with that.
I say no. You have to put it here. Like I see you put it in a very obvious
It's just
wrong
one of
spot.
those
Like
things,
no,
I would
guide
say
your
this, though.
hand.
I would say this narratively though, and we'll just have a discussion. I'm okay with you using that XP, but you might need it later.
Oh,
And as part of this horror game,
We
where
want
have all-
him to die now.
It's kind of cool if it does. You know, I kind of feel like we're fighting against the fates here, which we can do mechanically, but let's see what happens.
All right. So, this is
I-
what happened. Beautiful. So, this is what happens. Arnold, your equations are perfect. I mean, absolutely spot on. Everything lines up. It powers up. And then, because it's been in your presence, your DNA and it started to align. There's a biofeedback. And the back of Professor Adams' head blows out.
Yes!
He drops.
He just dies.
He's dead.
I want my final thought to be like just alien euphoria. I see stars forever.
Basically, what you get is even better than Alien Euphoria. You actually
get that.
feel a moment of oneness with the universe. You know everything. You are everything for one brief second.
Yeah, now you're all over us.
And
Everywhere.
so right now you can take either the lieutenant, or you can take Trip. Both of them are available to you right now. And this is where we will take our break.
Oh my god.
Oh, man, damn, we lost the professor. He was the only halfway capable
Nope,
person.
this is how we all die. There's no science man anymore.
All right, so wait, we're just this first thing in
There was one
character
guy.
before we disconnect for the break. As soon as like his head blows up, he falls. I just throw up again. Like oh, like that just happened.
God.
And then I guess we'll
so
cut
God.
away.
We had one halfway competent person in the entire party. He's gone in the first.
That was so delicious.
All right, but either way, guys, I guess like Dean said, we'll take our break here.
5 minutes.
5 minute, let our bearings, use the bathroom, blah blah blah. Thank you guys so much for
Get him the
watching.
beverage.
But
Thank
yeah,
everybody so far I hope you've been enjoying the adventures of these crazy players.
Idiots. These idiots.
and yeah, we'll be back shortly. Stick around, and we'll see how this thing ends when we return. So yeah, from us at the CU, we'll see you in a little bit.
So